Air New Zealand's joining a climate science mission with NASA, where we're going to place a device on one of our Q300 aircraft, which will fly around New Zealand gathering data, and that data will be used by the science community.
We have these new receivers, a next generation version of the ones that are on the Cygnus satellites that were developed here at the University of Michigan working with NASA's Earth Science Technology Office, and they haven't been out in the field yet, so this will be our first opportunity to take them out in the field and see how well they work.
So the Cygnus mission is a NASA mission, and it's a constellation of 8 satellites that are currently flying. They basically listen to GPS reflected signatures, and that tells you something about what's going on with the Earth's surface.
So Cygnus was originally launched as a science mission to study tropical cyclones, hurricanes, and typhoons. But more recently, we've started looking at the measurements over land, and those measurements give us a lot of information about the state of the surface, the soil moisture content, the amount of flooding, flood inundation, wetland extent, and those are the sorts of measurements, these new land measurements, that we're looking forward to enhancing with our collaboration with New Zealand.
So the Q300 fleet typically operates at altitudes around 16,000 feet in New Zealand, and at that altitude we'll be able to get really good quality and high fidelity data in comparison to the data that's received from the satellite constellation.
Because Air New Zealand is flying constantly up and down New Zealand over all these different types of microclimates, etc., we'll be able to see patterns and changes over time that we can relate to maybe agricultural practices and use of irrigation, flooding, susceptibility towards drought. And so this creates a data set that we can cross-reference with the mission, but also really extend the science impact that it has.
It's really intriguing to think that our customers who'll be flying around on our Q300 aircraft, say between Wellington and Gisborne, will actually be participating in a science mission.
To the best of my knowledge, this is the first time that we've ever taken scientific instruments, put them on a commercial airline, and flown continuously while comparing with satellite measurements. So it's a first just to do that, but it's also a first in the sorts of science that we're going to be able to do because of it.
I'm really thrilled that Air New Zealand is kind of the pioneer in this, and that it opens up the eyes of other providers to go, oh, we can contribute too, because it's a huge opportunity and very exciting and very unique.